Okay, so I just finished Savage Land Rogue issue 5, bringing the series to an end. And one thing I will say is it did its job. It follows Rogue's adventures in the Savage Land that started in Uncanny X-Men 269, continues in Uncanny X-Men 274. This is meant to fill in the gap between those classic issues. And in that way, it did its job and it entertained me. But did I think it was necessary? No. I'll have to read it again and see how it flows in between Uncanny X-Men 269 to 274, but as it stands and the whole, it just kind of felt redundant. Like, this is just me being honest. I felt like if anything, it overcomplicated things in the Savage Land. Maybe I need to reread it, but as a whole, the whole thing just kind of felt redundant and unnecessary. And I get that this was not a necessary series to begin with, so it's fine. You know, it's more Savage Land Rogue with Magneto and, you know, Kazar. So in that respect, you know, it delivered, and even some Shaun of the She-Devil stuff. So in that respect, it did deliver. But I don't know if it's necessarily something that I would say you have to read, you know? And I enjoyed it fine, I'm just being honest. But it didn't, like, tarnish the reputation of this storyline or anything. It just, to me, didn't add much. It's just something to read if you want more. Which, like I said, is the story's job, right? It's just more of that. But you know what you do need to read is my comic book, Phenomenova. You can read the first 10 pages for free on globalcomics.com. And you could read all of it with a subscription. There are 2 issues so far, with a 3rd one on the way. Also, head to my website, RebelOasisStudios.com, and there you can actually buy physical copies of the book, and you can subscribe to the mailing list to keep up to date on all things Rebel Oasis. And while you're at it, sign up for the Kickstarter for issue 3 if you're interested. And make sure to follow me for more comic book reviews, comic talk in general, and more updates on my books. And I'll see you guys next time.